Wait, hold on. If you've been paying attention to SmackDown lately, you've probably noticed something absolutely infuriating happening right in front of your eyes. The man who should have been champion years ago, the most technical, most underrated, most genuinely talented superstar on the entire WWE roster, is still grinding away, still fighting, and now he's set his sights on something that everyone else said he could never have: the undisputed WWE Championship. And if you think Sami Zayn doesn't have what it takes to hold that title, then honestly, you haven't been watching wrestling. Because what we're witnessing isn't just another championship pursuit. This is redemption. This is validation. This is a man who was told his entire career that he wasn't good enough, and now he's about to prove every single doubter wrong. But here's what has me absolutely steaming with frustration: the way WWE has been handling this entire situation. Stick around because we're breaking down every single highlight, every plot twist, and every reason why Sami Zayn deserves that title around his waist. Before we dive deeper, here's your first question for the comments: do you think Sami Zayn is being held back by WWE management, or is he exactly where he needs to be right now? Let me know in the comments below, because this is critical to understanding his entire trajectory. The tension has been building for weeks, and it all came to a head on the latest episode of SmackDown. Sami Zayn walked out to that stage with a presence that hasn't been seen since his best days in NXT. He's not the same guy who was fumbling around looking for his identity. No. This is a completely different animal. This is a man on a mission. He's got the physique, he's got the in-ring psychology, he's got the storytelling ability, and most importantly, he's got the hunger. You could see it in his eyes. You could hear it in his voice. Every single word that came out of his mouth on the microphone was dripping with intention and conviction. The undisputed WWE Championship represents the absolute pinnacle of professional wrestling. It's the most prestigious title in the entire company. It's the symbol of being the best. And Sami Zayn has been chasing respect his entire career. He came into WWE as an underdog. He clawed his way up. He's had incredible matches that people talk about for years. But somehow, someway, that world championship has always felt just out of his reach. Until now. What makes this moment so compelling is the narrative. This isn't some random superstar deciding to chase gold. This is the culmination of years of development, frustration, and pure wrestling excellence. Sami Zayn has proven himself in every possible scenario. Main events, ladder matches, elimination chambers, pay-per-view main stages, you name it, he's performed at the highest level. Yet the question has always lingered: can he capture the biggest prize? Here's what happened on SmackDown that changed everything. The current champion was defending their legacy, their position at the top of the mountain. And Sami Zayn came out with something to prove. The match was technical perfection. The psychology was there. The near falls had everyone on the edge of their seats. Commentary was going absolutely nuts because they knew what was happening. This wasn't just another match. This was a changing of the guard moment. This was history in the making. And here's your second viewer question: what aspect of Sami Zayn's wrestling style do you think is his biggest weapon? Is it his technical proficiency, his timing, his storytelling, or his ability to connect with the crowd? Drop your answer in the comments, because I genuinely want to know what resonates most with you. The SmackDown highlights showcase something that casual viewers might miss if they're not paying close attention. Sami Zayn has evolved. He's not relying solely on his arsenal of moves anymore. He's reading his opponents like a book. He's understanding the psychology of championship wrestling. He knows that at this level, it's not just about being physically superior or technically gifted. It's about understanding the flow of the match. It's about telling a story that makes people care about the outcome. Let's talk about his interaction with the champion. There was a moment, and this moment was crucial, where Sami Zayn showed his true champion mentality. He didn't panic. He didn't resort to desperate measures. He stayed composed, he executed his game plan, and he put himself in a position to win. That's championship consciousness right there. That's what separates people who win titles from people who just wrestle matches. The crowd response has been overwhelming. When Sami Zayn makes his entrance, the arena is electrified. The fans are behind him. They want to see him succeed. They want to see him validate years of being told he wasn't quite good enough. There's an emotional investment here that goes beyond typical wrestling fandom. People are genuinely rooting for Sami Zayn to capture that undisputed championship, because it feels like the right thing. It feels like justice. It feels like the universe correcting itself. But WWE isn't making this easy. Oh no. There are obstacles. There are complications. There are other superstars who want that same championship. There are backstage politics. There are moments where it seems like the deck is stacked against him. And that's what makes this story addictive. That's what keeps us watching. That's what makes us invested in every single SmackDown episode. The SmackDown highlights really showcase the multi-layered storytelling happening right now. You've got Sami Zayn's personal journey colliding with the championship scene. You've got interactions with other potential contenders that add layers to the narrative. You've got moments that suggest he's getting closer and closer to earning that opportunity. Every segment, every match, every interaction is a piece of the puzzle. Here's your third question for the comments. Who do you think Sami Zayn should face for the undisputed WWE Championship, and why? Should it be a rematch? Should it be someone new? Let me know your predictions, because predicting these storylines is half the fun. What infuriates me about this entire situation is how long it's taken for Sami Zayn to get to this point. This man has delivered world-class performances for years. He's main event multiple pay-per-views. He's carried entire feuds on his back. He's made his opponents look absolutely incredible. And yet, the championship has eluded him. How is that possible? How is it that someone with his level of talent, his level of consistency, his level of connection with the audience, hasn't held the top title? The answer is complicated. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it's the wrong opponent at the wrong time. Maybe it's bad luck. Maybe it's WWE's booking decisions. Whatever it is, Sami Zayn has continued to show up, continued to deliver, and continued to prove that he belongs at the very top. And now, with this current storyline, it feels like everything is aligning. It feels like the planets are positioning themselves for Sami Zayn to finally capture that championship. The SmackDown highlights we've been seeing recently are building towards something massive. There's momentum. There's anticipation. There's a sense that something big is about to happen. The creative team is clearly invested in this storyline. They're giving Sami Zayn meaningful segments. They're putting him in important matches. They're creating storyline progression that makes logical sense. This isn't random. This is intentional. This is a plan to get Sami Zayn positioned for a championship opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, when Sami Zayn finally gets his shot at the undisputed WWE Championship, it's going to be everything. The emotional payoff will be massive. The crowd reaction will be deafening. And if when Sami Zayn captures that championship, it will feel earned. It will feel right. It will feel like years of hard work and dedication finally paying off. The wrestling community has been watching Sami Zayn since his earliest days. They remember his struggles. They remember his development. They remember every single performance. And now, seeing him on the cusp of achieving his ultimate goal, there's a collective sense of finally. Finally, this man is getting his moment. Finally, the hard work is about to be rewarded. Finally, the underdog is about to reach the summit. What makes Sami Zayn's pursuit so compelling compared to other wrestlers chasing the championship is his authenticity. He's not trying to be something he's not. He's not cutting cookie-cutter promos. He's being genuine. He's being vulnerable. He's being real. And that resonates with people in a way that manufactured pushes never could. People feel his hunger. People understand his journey. People are invested in his success. Here's your fourth question. Do you believe Sami Zayn will become undisputed WWE champion during this current storyline, or will it take longer? What's your honest prediction? Comment below, because your timeline predictions are important. The physical preparation Sami Zayn has undergone is undeniable. He's in the best shape of his career. His conditioning is elite. His strength is evident in every match. He's not just technically proficient anymore, he's also physically imposing. That combination is dangerous. That combination is what champions are made of. When you have technical excellence and physical dominance, you become unstoppable. The SmackDown broadcasts have been highlighting Sami Zayn's training regimen, his dedication, his mental preparation. He's treating this opportunity like it's his last chance. He's putting in the work. He's doing everything right. And that level of commitment is exactly what's needed to capture and hold the undisputed WWE Championship. Let's discuss the character development that's happened alongside this championship pursuit. Sami Zayn has grown as a character. He's become more serious. He's become more focused. He's still got the personality that makes him entertaining, but there's an edge now. There's a ruthlessness. There's a competitiveness that wasn't quite as visible before. He's understanding that being a world champion requires a certain mentality. It requires being willing to do whatever it takes to win. The storyline intersections happening on SmackDown are incredible. Sami Zayn's pursuit of the championship is creating ripple effects throughout the entire show. Other wrestlers are taking notice. Other wrestlers are being impacted by his momentum. The entire landscape is shifting because of what's happening with Sami Zayn. That's the sign of a compelling narrative. That's the sign that something truly important is happening. And here's what really gets me fired up about this whole situation: the disrespect. Some people in the industry have been dismissive of Sami Zayn's championship prospects. Some people have suggested that maybe he's not quite made for the main event. Some people have doubted his ability to draw ratings and interest as a champion. And you know what? That doubt is fuel. That doubt is motivation. That doubt is exactly what Sami Zayn needs to prove them all wrong. Because when Sami Zayn captures that undisputed WWE Championship, and I genuinely believe he will, all of those doubters are going to have to eat their words. They're going to have to admit that they were wrong. They're going to have to acknowledge that Sami Zayn was good enough all along. And that moment is going to be absolutely delicious. The SmackDown highlights are literally showing us the transformation happening in real time. We're watching Sami Zayn evolve. We're watching him position himself. We're watching him prepare for the biggest moment of his career. And as viewers, we get to be part of that journey. We get to witness history. We get to see an underdog potentially capture the biggest prize in professional wrestling. Question number 5 for your comments. What would Sami Zayn winning the undisputed WWE Championship mean for the future of SmackDown as a brand? How do you think it would change the landscape? Share your thoughts. The competitor he's potentially facing is no joke. The current champion or whoever holds the belt is skilled, dominant, and proven. Beating them wouldn't be a fluke. Beating them would be a statement. It would be saying that Sami Zayn belongs at the absolute pinnacle of this industry. It would be validation of everything he's been working toward. What's fascinating about the SmackDown narrative is how it's been building sympathy for Sami Zayn while also establishing him as a legitimate threat. He's not a sympathetic underdog who's about to get squashed. He's an underdog who's been training, who's been preparing, who's been positioning himself perfectly. He's got a realistic shot. He's got legitimate reasons to believe he can win. The in-ring storytelling on SmackDown has been masterful. The matches involving Sami